Lots of vampires. Word of the day,
Yes.
vampires.
Ah!
I
Oh.
just realized how many are in that intro, and I'm like, 1, 2, 3. Oh, that's a nice one. Oh, look at the teeth on that. Oh, blood. Oh, a cross. Vampire.
Yes, yes, from my favorite movie
Yes,
ever.
y'all. Yes,
I
Arlena
tell
loves her
you,
vampires.
well, Bram Stoker's Dracula, while not my first vampire movie, I just fell in love with it, and I know every single line of that movie. That's how I know that they've changed some of the lines.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
Mhm.
Yeah, if you
Mhm.
know all the it's funny because I was just telling my daughter about that the day before, yesterday or the day before. I'm like, look,
Mhm.
the things that we like, we need to get in hard copy because they
Yeah.
change shit.
Yeah. Yeah.
They change it.
They
And if you're not
absolutely
that
do.
familiar, you might not know it. But here you are, you know all the words to that movie.
I know every single line of that movie, and I also have a copy of the transcript.
See, so if they go trying to sneak something by you, you're like,
I know that wasn't the line. Let me go
nope.
double check to make sure I'm right. Yep, I'm right. I knew he said men and not people.
Fans aren't stupid. We're going to notice a
No.
change.
Yes,
It's
fucking love that
God.
movie so much. I don't know what it is. I was into vampires before that movie came out, and that
Mhm.
movie came out, and I was just like, "Oh, Gary Oldman looks really nice as Dracula." And
Oh, he's great in
wow,
yeah.
and I the only part that was a for me was Keanu Reeves acting with this fake British accent. That was pretty bad.
Yeah, playing British roles or not, he did the same thing in Much Ado About Nothing. He played
Yeah.
Don Juan, the prince, the angry evil prince, and he was just like, I'm like, "Honey, no, 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 it's not
Yeah,
working."
no.
But the whole movie's fantastic. You can get
Mhm,
past he's not in it a lot, but
mhm.
same thing in Dracula, it's like, no.
Yeah, yeah.
Can we go back to the other actors, please?
Mhm.
This is John Wick, meant to be John Wick every
Yeah.
day of the week, but
Oh,
no.
yeah. And I freaking love Anthony Hopkins. Oh, he's
Mhm.
so great as Van Helsing.
Yep. My
And
favorite, my favorite vampire movie though of all, it's not really a vampire movie, it's more a monster movie. Probably is Van Helsing with Hugh Jackman in it.
I liked that one. I liked that one.
Love that movie.
I saw it a couple times. I saw it in the theaters. Seen it on TV a couple of times. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a great one
It's
too.
just a fun popcorn movie of
Mhm.
monsters, and you get your popcorn, you get your drink, you watch your monsters, everybody's happy.
Yeah, I'd say my next favorite one is probably Underworld, ri
Mhm.
but not just Underworld, Underworld: Rise of the Lycans.
Oh my
That is my
God, that's such a good movie.
favorite Underworld movie. Now I love
You're
all of them,
Yes, you're
except
talking
for the
about the
last
one
one.
that has the history, that's the that actually
Yes.
shows
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah.
tingly.
Yes,
Yes,
it's such a great
it's
movie.
so good. Yes, yes, it is
Mhm.
excellent. It
All
is
of them are
excellent.
good except the last one. I saw the last one, I was like, "They destroyed this whole thing. It's terrible. It was so bad."
We don't talk
But
about that one.
no, we don't. We don't talk about the last one. The
No.
4th one was
Well, it's
eh.
when they got rid of Michael or replaced him or
Yeah.
whatever the hell they
Yeah,
did with
no, they
him.
got rid of him.
And it was like, why? Michael and Celine were integral to this story.
Mhm.
Both
They
of them.
were. I mean, they had a freaking kid.
Yeah.
That's why I say
So,
the 4th movie is decent. It's not great, but it's not bad.
yeah.
It's not definitely not as good as the first 3.
No, I agree.
But Rise of the Lycans is my
Oh,
absolute favorite. I
that's
love
so
that one so
good.
much.
It answers so many questions.
But I
It
love
really
the
does.
actor that plays Victor. He is such a
Oh,
good
yeah.
he is a great actor, and he's such a good fucking bad guy. I just absolutely adore him. I love
That's
him. He is such
um
a good actor.
Snarty Blartfast. That's Snarty Blartfast, y'all. From any of y'all have seen Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy
Hmm,
and Davy
it's been a
Jones
while.
from Pirates of the Caribbean or
Mhm.
Caribbean. He's done a shitload of things, and I cannot remember his name. He's one of those actors. If I hear his name,
Yeah.
duh. So I
It's
just
like,
call him
"Oh, yeah,
Snarty
that's him."
Bartfast because that was his character
I
in the first
I
thing I
just
saw him in.
I just call him Victor.
Victor, I like that. That's probably a much better instead of being known for, hey, I'm Snarty Bartfast. No, I'm Victor. Yes, we'll
Yeah.
call him Victor. That'll
Yeah,
work.
Victor from, Underworld.
Underworld.
Yep, yep. So, you wanna greet everybody this time? I think I did last time. I'll
Sure.
let you do it
Okay.
this
Let me
time.
scroll up. Scrolling. I'm scrolling. Keep on scrolling. All right. I don't know. Let me look on the. I have so many tabs open. It's not even funny.
Oh my gosh, not
Hang on.
again.
I can X out of that. I can X out of that. Here we are. Found the screen. The screen. Blech. I found the screen.
Oh my
All right. We have Leah Rose is first from what I can tell. Hello,
Yeah,
Leah
that's what it looks like
Rose.
on my side. Hey, Leia.
Scott Westbrook, how are you tonight?
Hello, Scott.
Kevin Stacy, I'll miss the stream being at work. Well, you can
Oh,
always
sorry
catch
to
the
hear that.
replay.
That's right.
Absolutely. We're sorry you
Mhm.
have to work, but we're glad you popped in and said hey.
Yes.
And Old Fart Gaming, hey,
Oh,
welcome
Bart.
tonight.
I love that name. Oh my
I
god.
did too. See you with lots of Steven's chat a lot. How are you
Get off
doing?
my lawn.
Yep. And Chris
And
Perza,
there he is,
hello.
the
Just
wrench
like
of
sugar.
wrenches.
Yes, the wrench of wrenches. And hey, Louise Sparrow is here
Hi,
tonight.
Louise.
And we've got Arlena's Jester of Sin on both platforms or
Hello, my
both
darling.
channels, whatever. I was confused, y'all. We're streaming together. I was like, well, don't we need to be at the same street? Arlena's like, nope, we're good.
Yeah, I set it up this way, so we're good.
Claude Sailing, how are you doing tonight?
Hey,
Good to see
Claude.
you. Orc! Hey, Orc.
Hello, Orc.
How are you? And that's what I was bitching at you about, Chris. Yeah, I saw that. I saw the man hands comment. He's like,
Wait, wait,
what?
wait, wait. Jester doesn't have tiny hands though. His hands are bigger than mine.
I know
Like
that's what he's
way bigger.
yeah, well, he was calling out my man hands, which I don't have man hands. That is fake
Yeah.
news, y'all.
Unfortunately, I don't have a man hands thing on here for Arwen.
We'll get it together. Hey, Gun Bunny, how are you tonight? You're not late.
Hey, buddy.
You are on time. And Maddie's daddy, Steve Mitchum. Hey, how are you doing? It's good to see you.
Hey, Maddie's daddy.
Zachariah, 315. Howdy,
Hey,
y'all.
Zachariah.
And I think I'm scrolling. Irate specialist. We see you. Hey,
Hey, irate specialist.
welcome tonight. And Mockety Draws. Hey,
Hey,
Mac.
Mac.
How are you doing? All right, I keep on scrolling. I think that's everyone. I'm going down to the end here. Yes. So if we've missed anyone, oh, it's a nice gamer. How are you
Nice
doing?
gamer. Hey. Oh,
Now I think we got
he
it.
has a new app. Is that? No, that's I
Same
don't know. It
one
looks different. It looks
with the
different.
blood across the
Yeah,
eye.
it just looks different. I don't know. Maybe
All
it's
right.
just me. Hmm.
So what's going on?
Oh my god.
Okay. Coffee time.
Oh, the irony. You're talking about man hands and in your intro Deadpool says he was definitely touching himself tonight. Yeah, I put that there because it's right after the scene from Dracula where oh, I can never think of her actual name, but she's a famous act well Monica Bellucci or something like Bellucci, something like that. Where
Got the
she's
sexy wives
yeah,
in the
she's
bed.
yeah, on top of Jonathan Harker. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
and I had to cut so you didn't see any tit.
Oh
Um,
yeah, that's
yeah,
right.
yeah. It was I put that right after that because he said, "I'm touching myself tonight." Right after Monica Bellucci is on top of
So is
Jonathan
Jonathan
Harker.
Harker. By the way, what did you think? Well, let me ask you: have you seen um the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen? Did
Yes,
you? What did you think of that?
I liked it.
So did I.
You're talking about the one with Sean Connery, right?
Yeah. I
Yeah,
thought it
I
it
liked it.
was it. I mean, there were a couple of moments where I was kind of like, oh, come on. But for the most part, I thought
Mhm.
it was a pretty cool. I know it's based off of a comic, and I've never read the comic, so maybe it's completely different. But I
Mhm.
love the idea of all those famous major characters coming together,
Mhm.
and under the guise of Moriarty, sending them out there. And of course, he turns
Mhm.
out to be the bad guy. If y'all haven't seen it, I'm sorry, spoilers, but it's been around for 100
It's
freaking years.
been out for a long time, so
So if you haven't seen it, maybe spoilers will kind of incline you to go, oh yeah, but no. And I love that it was Mina. Mina was the vampire.
mhm. Yeah, and,
That was cool.
my favorite character in that was, Dorian Gray. But
Oh,
I've always loved the story of the portrait of Dorian Gray. That's always been one of my favorite stories, so, yeah.
I'm complicated. What are you? I'm complicated. Dorian Gray.
Yeah. And the actor that played him, I thought did a great job.
Oh, he just
I
sunk
can't
his
remember.
teeth into that
Yeah.
role. You could tell he was loving every minute of it.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was hoping Penny Dreadful would be. But Penny Dreadful, even
Yeah.
though I enjoyed some of it, it just seemed to drag on too long. It seemed
Yeah, it did.
to, I don't know. I wanted more from it than what it gave. But
Mhm.
same kind of premise. All these
Yeah.
monsters come together, or these fictional figures. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, I really liked Penny Dreadful.
Atlantean.
Hey, Atlantean.
I thought season 1 was good, very, very good. Season 2, meh.
It was okay, yeah.
And then I don't remember much after that. Was there only the 2 seasons? I don't remember if I watched the rest of it or not.
I watched all of it, and for the life of me, I can't remember how many seasons it is. I just remember I watched the
I
first
think I
season and it
might have
was
watched
really
some of
good.
3.
Well,
Yeah.
just like Carnival Row, I haven't watched their season 2 for that just came out. I haven't watched it yet. But season 1 I really enjoyed. But
All right, I'll
I
have
I
to
like
try it.
I like to look at Orlando Bloom, so that may have something to do with it.
Well, I did the one thing that I normally don't do when I'm interested in a show, is I
Mhm.
went and I read a bunch of reviews about it, and
Mm.
the reviews were less than kind. And I was like,
For Carnival
"Hmm."
Row.
Yeah, they were saying
Mm.
it was woke and it was this and it was that, and I'm like, "Really?
I didn't see it that way.
It's I
Maybe
shouldn't have
season
done it."
2, I get maybe season 2 might be that way, but I it was there the story is about fairies.
See? And that's why I'm like, it seems like something I would enjoy.
Yeah, I think you
So,
enjoy it. At least season 1.
yeah, I'm gonna give it a try because normally I don't do that. If I wanna watch a film or, or a show, or if I know I'm gonna watch it for a review, I will avoid reviews for
Mhm.
that episode or that series or whatever. I will avoid it because I don't want anything to taint my opinion of it because I'm easily impressionable when it comes to stuff like that. I believe people too much, y'all. That's my problem.
Yeah.
Somebody says something sucks, I tend to believe them instead of going, well, maybe their taste is different than mine.
Mhm.
But
Maybe I should make my own opinion.
right. And that's when I started that. Nope, not going to do it. Not going to do it.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think so. It is kind of
Yeah.
the 1800s Avengers, but they
Yeah.
end up having to avenge themselves, if
Mhm.
you will, if you'll allow that analogy. They have to avenge themselves because
Yeah.
part of themselves are taken
And
by bad guys.
yeah,
So,
and I miss Sean Connery too. I still
mhm.
can't. Oh man. And yes, he was amazing in everything. I don't think I've ever watched a movie that he was bad in.
Even when he was young and is what was it, Darby O'Gill of the Little People, or Darby Gillis of the Little
Yeah,
People?
it
You
was you know, it was what it was, y'all.
That banshee scared the shit out of me when it's wooing outside of the cottage and he opens that door and that banshee rushes right into the camera. I was like, this is for kids. These are supposed to be about happy leprechauns. They drink, they throw shit. I'm like, and then you got a banshee. Scare the crap out of me.
Yeah.
Kid. So, yeah, y'all don't watch that movie alone in the dark if you've never seen it before. Just saying, even now, the banshee is creepy. She comes for death. She comes take
Yeah.
you away. And she did it too. Boy, she did it right at the camera.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the I can't think of it. It was and Jester, you'll have to put it in chat because for the life of me, I can't remember what it is. We watched it was short. It was an anime with dragons.
An anime with dragons?
Well, I guess it kind of like an anime. It was with dragons and it was only like 8 episodes or something. It was really good though, and it gives you a
I
little
must
bit
have
of a
missed this.
surprise
I
at
don't
the end. He'll put it in the chat, I'm sure. I
okay.
can't remember what the hell it was.
This sounds like something I would very much like. Oh yeah, did you hear they're
Dragon's
doing
Dogma.
Dragon's Dogma? I've never heard of that.
It's really good. It's
All
really
right, y'all, you heard it here first, or maybe not. Unless if you're like me and you've never heard of
good.
it, you've heard it here first.
Right.
Dragon's Dogma.
Mhm. Yeah, and it's it's like 20 minutes or so an episode and
I'll check
it's
that out.
oh, it's 7 episodes because it goes through the 7 deadly sins if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, nice. Nice theme.
Yeah, it was really good.
And hey, Twinsy,
Hi, Daryl. Hey, partner.
good to see you. We're just hanging out, chilling.
Mhm.
No real plan tonight.
Yeah. Well, we never really have a plan.
Shooting the shit. That's pretty much
Uh,
what we're doing.
Denise Gamer, I don't know. That would be a Jester question. He would know.
Yes, direct all
Oh, there you go. Right.
Dragon's Dogma questions to Jester. Here we go.
Yeah.
Here we go. Okay.
Yeah, it has no spoilers for the game though. Yeah, there we go. Yep.
Speaking of games, I'm finishing up
Mhm.
Hogwarts on my Gryffindor. I've completed the main story quest. I've tied up about
Nice.
3 or 4 more of the relationship quests. I still have a little ways to go, but I'm determined to do all the freaking Merlin trials, all
Mhm.
the ancient magic hotspots, all the treasures. I'm going to go into all the battle arenas. I've only been in one so far.
Uh-oh.
I'm going to complete this to the core. But I
Mm,
went ahead and started with the main quest on my Ravenclaw. I decided to do Ravenclaw next
mhm.
because Ravenclaw is the one house I don't know as much about, and it's the one house I've never seen their common room in the game. The common room is beautiful. My only thing, but it suits Ravenclaw, is you know how like the others, even Slytherins, if you have like a lot of couches and comfy places to rest and sit, and no, Ravenclaws, y'all, has beautiful tables and chairs, and it has some couches, but they're not the
Mm.
big plushy kind. They're the kind you sit up a little more straight in. It's airy,
Mhm.
it's celestial, it's got all kinds of astronomy shit in it. I
Mm.
mean, my air rising sign was just like, yes,
Well, that's Jester's
beautiful.
house.
Yeah,
So,
it's beautiful. And I'm actually kind of digging my Ravenclaw chick a little more than my Gryffindor chick.
oh.
I'm changing up the answers a little bit and making her not, like my Gryffindor was like, yeah, I'll help you out, whatever you need. Fine. Oh, you want your gobstones back? I won't keep them here. You can have them. I don't know. My Ravenclaw's a little more discerning. She's like, I don't know if I'm going to give you your damn fucking smelly ass gobstones back that I had to run around the castle and get. I don't know about this.
Right? They're mine now. Ha ha.
And I've decided my Slytherin. It's next. I'm going to do Hufflepuff, and then I'll do Slytherin. Yes, I am playing this freaking game through all 4 houses. I'm going to do. It may
Mhm.
take me 5 years to do it, but I'm going to do it. But my Slytherin is going to be like, no, bitch, you ain't getting nothing.
Nope, I
Or
ain't
where's
giving
my
you
freaking
nothing.
reward? I risked my life with these spiders trying to get this shit for you. Now, I'm going to keep it unless you're going to pony up some galleons. Come on now. That's going to be my Slytherin, and I
I better
can't
get
wait.
something out of this.
She's
I
going to
ain't
be
doing
pissing
this out
off
of the
students
kindness of
left
my
and
heart.
right.
Who do you think
I'm
I
like,
am?
stick our asses in the cellar, will you? Where half of it's submerged in the Black Lake, will you? And you want me to go get shit for you? I want some coin, bitch. That's going to be my Slytherin, and I can't wait. And my Hufflepuff will be just as sweet as my Gryffindor, but Oh
Oh,
my
probably
God.
sweeter because, you know,
Hmm.
Hufflepuff and all.
Yeah, I had a couple of times where my Gryffindor was like, Sebastian, you did what? Avada Kedavra. Who? She wasn't too sure about it. But my Hufflepuff will be on board with everything. Whatever y'all want me to do, I'll do it. Because they're, just so sweet at their core. And I cracked the code. I figured it out.
Mhm.
I figured out why
What?
personalities don't really take a play in who you're sorted into your house. I think I
Oh.
cracked the code. Think about it. Think about the core thing for each house. You've
Mhm.
got daring for Gryffindor, or courage, or bravery, or however the hell that there's on different quizzes, there's different things, but that's basically the core. Courage is the core for Gryffindor.
Mhm.
For Hufflepuff, you have loyalty, you have
Uh-huh.
sacrifice, you have giving. That's at the core. Slytherin, you have ambition, you have work ethic, you have, because not all Slytherins go bad, let's face it. Some of them actually end up decent.
Mhm.
I love Slytherin. And then for Ravenclaw, you have knowledge, you have wisdom, you have that search for, that's what kind of turns your cranks. These are cores that drive people.
Mhm.
These are things that drive people at their core.
Oh
That's
no.
what makes you sorted into a house, not necessarily your personality. It's what drives you at your very core. So I've cracked the code, y'all. I've cracked it. I'm
Wow.
so proud.
So now everybody knows I'm a Hufflepuff and I'm really a super nice person.
They know you're
That doesn't
loyal.
go with my persona
I
at
know it
all.
does. I know it doesn't. But you know what? But that's the beauty of the house selection. That is
Mm.
the beauty of it, because the people who do know you know, motherfucker, she is
Oh, hold
generosity of
on.
spirit,
Keep
the whole
keep
bit.
talking. I'll be right back.
Okay. Yes. Arlena is generosity of spirit. She is loyal. She's protective. She's all these things in that ooey gooey passy center. So it makes sense that she is a Hufflepuff, because that's what drives her. That's what makes her happy.
Okay.
So if you look at it like that, it's kind of like your moon sign. Your house sign
Mhm.
is your moon sign. It's who you are almost instinctually. Yeah. So I've cracked it. Because Jester, I've always called you a druid, Jester. You know that. I've always said you were the wise one. You
Right.
were the knowledge, you have this knowledge. It's you have an old soul, Jester. You have an old
Yeah.
soul. And does
Yeah.
that not make sense for Ravenclaw?
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
it
Wisdom doesn't
absolutely does.
wisdom doesn't always mean book smarts. It could mean worldly smarts and
That's what, yes. When
you
I think
know?
of wisdom, I think of someone who they have wisdom because they've lived through shit, and they've learned from it. They know what's going on. It's practical. It's wisdom. It's got nothing to do with bookish.
Apparently, according to Chris, I'm really a Ravenclaw. And
It's got those
hello.
Ravenclaw traits.
Yes. Hello there.
Hey, Cahoon.
And Gum Bunny says the wind is so strong and fast here it's blowing the white fuzz off my dandelion stems.
Oh my gosh.
Wow.
That is some heavy wind.
Yes,
Jester, oh, I
there
don't mean a
is no
D&D druid. Come on now, get out of your D&D head. I mean a wise sage. And yes, you are. Fuck off. You are. You are wise, Jester. Live with it. Deal with it. I ain't no damn druid. He got
Oh my
triggered the last
gosh.
time I called him a druid.
Yes, he did. He really did.
So that's what I'm saying. Not D&D druid. Not D&D. ALT.
Hey, LT. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Well, I've really
Uh,
started thinking about it ever since that time somebody said, "You a Gryffindor? I thought you'd be Hufflepuff. And I thought Arlena would be a badass Gryffindor." I've thought about it, and I'm like, okay, is there some sense to this? Is there some reasoning to this? So I started looking into it, and I've noticed those common traits.
mhm.
And no matter what quiz you take, or anything, those are the common traits that drive those people. It makes them. It's the things that make you want to get up and move on. Oh, okay, Mark. What is the inside
Oh,
joke for me?
hi, Mark.
I
Oh,
think I
hi,
might know
Mark.
what it involves.
Oh, hi.
Jester, don't sulk.
Hold on. Jester's a metalhead druid.
He's
I'll
sulking in
be
his corner.
in my corner.
No, don't sulk. I mean it
Uh,
is a highest form of compliment.
a D&D game with you guys must be fun. We haven't actually started one. We've talked about it, but we
We
haven't
should.
started.
We should,
Yeah,
because it would be
we really
great.
should.
My daughter's running a campaign right now, and it's pretty good. Oh, I see you, Mark.
Mark, Mark.
What's the rest of it? Come on, come on. Hey, Shay.
Oh my
How
goodness.
are you?
Hey Shay. Oh my gosh.
Hey, Wade. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't see your comment. Hang on. Let me scroll back up. I'm so sorry. You all know when I talk, I look. Okay. Oh, wait.
Yeah, it's been mostly me highlighting.
I mean, the tweet chat part. Boom. Okay. I just realized I typed chat. Okay. So if you show Armin, well, we're on two
Well,
different streams,
yeah,
so
but we can see both
yeah,
chats on the stream. We can see both of them.
yeah, we're
Oh my
good.
god. Oh my god.
Shut up, Mark. Look, y'all, phone has autocorrect. That's all I'm gonna say.
Oh my gosh.
And it corrects the wrong things sometimes. Hey,
Archer,
Colin.
it's good to see you.
Oh
my
my
god,
God.
yes. We'd be banned after what? I think we should stream it.
I do too. Hey, Balzette.
Hey, Balzette.
Yes, I stand with Marshmallow Ass. Thank you.
That is never going to get old.
Good buddy says she's got me on her laptop and Arlena on her phone.
Yay.
Yes, we see you, Mark.
Oh my gosh. How many times are you going to put it up there, Mark? Oh, wait.
Because he did Thunderheads the first time.
He corrected it. Daryl concurs.
I told you all,
Oh my
things go on behind the scenes that just find their way onto the screen.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Y'all ain't right. Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. They ain't wrong, but
No, they ain't wrong. They ain't wrong. Y'all, I've had a fucking Diet Coke and I've been drinking coffee all day. And my tongue feels like I need to just scrape a layer off of it. You drink too much coffee,
yeah.
your tongue feels coated. I need to brush my teeth or something.
Mhm.
Hey, Keely.
Hey, Keely. And hi, Mary.
Mary. Hey, from the Great
Hi.
White North.
Yeah.
How's it going? Good to see you.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I prefer thunder thighs over thunder heads. Oh my
Yes, there you go,
Oh.
Wade. Absolutely.
Yes,
Absolutely.
Mark.
Oh my God. Y'all are killing me tonight.
Wait, it's hot in Canada?
Really? Oops, sorry. Really? I gotta keep my hands off chat. Arlene's got going on.
No, I didn't do that. You did.
Oh, okay.
I didn't touch it.
Wow.
Wow.
It's been warm here, but for the South, it's been mild, fairly mild.
Yeah, here it's been very mild. It's
Surprisingly.
been in the upper 60s and lower 70s for the
Yeah.
last 2 weeks. This is the first May in I think they said more than 10 years where we did not have one day over 90 degrees.
Yeah, and y'all have to understand, okay, we really have two seasons. One long ass summer and cold. Occasionally in our spring and our autumn, we're lucky if it lasts 2 to 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Like that really nice, what you traditionally think of as spring and autumn weather.
Mm-hmm.
And then it'll either get hot again or it could get cold. Like in the autumn, it could get really hot and then it could get cold. And in the spring, it could go straight to summer and stay there until November or December. That's how the South works. It's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
Because I hate hot weather. I hate it. Really, really hot weather? Nope.
I can't believe you live in Georgia and you don't like hot weather. I
can't stand it. Never have liked it.
I would rather have hot weather than cold weather, but that is probably because when I was in MCT, Marine Combat Training, we were down in Carolina and we
Uh-huh.
were in the field for 17 days and it was cold the whole time. And then when
Mhm.
we were able to take a shower after 17 days, the showers were also cold. So Arlena does not do cold. I don't
No,
like it.
she doesn't, y'all. She doesn't. She keeps that thermostat on a what, a toasty 78?
Oh God, no, not that warm.
Was it what was it
about
at?
about 72, 73.
72, 73. Okay, because I was there last December, when it was cold. I mean, for like I said, for the South, it still gets cold, but
Mhm.
yeah, I love to bundle up in my big fluffy sweaters and my woolen socks and make that hot coffee and sit and watch it being cold outside. I mean, I don't know. I love going out, getting cold and coming in and then warming up under a big fluffy
Yeah.
blanket in front of a fire. I mean, it's like very high romance to me. I
Mhm.
love that. Especially when it snows. And we don't get a whole hell of a lot of snow where I live in Georgia. We just don't.
I think we
Once in
get
a blue
more
moon.
up here.
You do. You definitely do.
And we don't get it that much either.
Yeah. North
But
Georgia
it
mountains
does,
will get it, but again, not
yeah,
that much.
it does get cold here. I mean, it gets cold.
Yeah. Well,
And
it probably gets colder where you are than where I'm at.
oh yeah, yeah. And a lot of times we'll have bay effect snow. Like up in Michigan and Wisconsin and all, they have lake effect snow. Well, we have bay effect snow off the Chesapeake Bay.
Ooh, pretty. Do you really?
Hmm. If it's cold enough,
See,
yeah.
y'all were I would love if I had my druthers, okay, if the money fairy came to visit me tonight and follow me truly and said, okay, Arwen, I'm gonna give you whatever amount of money you want. The only caveat is you have to move. You can't stay in your house. Where are you going to go? My ass is going probably to Sleepy Hollow.
No, you
I
should come to Virginia.
Okay, all right. I'll go to Virginia. There you go. I'll go to Virginia, and then we'll visit Sleepy Hollow. How's
There we
that?
go. Yeah, that's
I would have to move somewhere where it's cooler.
see,
I
isn't
just
that
would.
is Sleepy Hollow? Is that in Pennsylvania or New York?
New York on the
Yeah,
Hudson.
yeah. I would never move to New York.
It's
There's
like,
no, there's no amount of money in this world that could make me move to New York or
but it's
California.
not New York City. It's
It
it's
doesn't
out.
matter.
It's a little village. It's village life. It's
It
village
doesn't
life.
matter.
But Arlena, they do professional pumpkin
I
carving
do.
contests in
Yeah,
October.
and they have that stuff here too.
And they do the live reenactment of Legend of Sleepy Hollow
Well, they
on
don't do
Washington
that
Irwin's lawn.
here.
They've got the
But
bridge in the church. Come on.
you know, we don't do that here. However,
I want to go.
this is the birthplace of Edgar Allan Poe. So we do a lot of Edgar Allan Poe stuff here.
Okay, I could see that. I could jam on that. Hey, Mr. Buttcrack Media, good to see you.
Hello.
I could jam on that. Now, even though my favorite ghost story in the world is the Legend of Sleepy Hollow, always has been, always will be. But I like Poe too. I
Mhm.
like Poe too.
Quote the Raven, nevermore.
And his God, did any of y'all read Leapfrog? That was one fucked up story.
No,
I was a demented post. I mean, I was like, ew, they torched the guy. Ugh, and Leapfrog leapt away. Ugh.
I think my favorite was the Telltale Heart.
Of course. That
Mhm.
that is such a good story. Or the Casket of
Oh
Montiago.
yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Poe has a lot of good stuff though.
He really does. Oh God,
Mhm.
another one for me. You'll do me
Oh
okay
god. Oh god.
because I don't hang out with y'all, but what to?
Oh my god.
Okay, Mark, you do that.
Oh my god, Mark.
You do that. And have I been to New York? Yes, I have been to New York, but I have not been to New York to travel there. I have only been whizzing by in a cab in between airports. So I've been to New York many, many times, and never have I gotten out into the city to visit once because I was on a time schedule.
Mm. I have never
So
been to New York. The furthest north I have ever been is Philadelphia.
Yeah.
I mean Philadelphia.
Yeah. I no, I have not been to Canada, but it's on my bucket list. Places on my bucket list to visit are Sleepy Hollow, obvious for obvious reasons.
Mhm.
I'd love to go to Salem, and I'm not talking to go to all
Mm.
the kitschy witchy shops. I want to go to Salem to look at the history. I want to go to Salem to
Mhm.
look at the landscape. I want to see where Hocus Pocus was filmed, for God's sakes. That's what I want to do.
Well, you know what that sounds
Canada,
like
I'd
to
like to go to
me?
Canada. What?
Those 2 that you just mentioned,
Mhm.
that sounds like future road trip.
It does sound like future road trip, doesn't it? Little stopovers and little bedded
Mhm.
breakfasts.
Yep.
Yes, with a higher purpose in mind.
Mhm.
Absolutely sounds like road trip. I'm down.
So Canada's on your bucket list. What else is on your bucket
Yes,
list?
Canada's on my bucket list. I would love to go. Honestly, one thing I would love to do, but I'm being realistic, it'll probably never happen. I would love to go to Alaska and scatter some of my husband's ashes in Nome, Alaska, because that that's where we would probably be living if we could have, because he is, he is not an Alaskan native, but the time that he lived there, it became his home. It became his adopted state.
Mhm.
After when he then, after he came to Georgia, he kind of, so he has Alaska and Georgia, even though he's from Florida like me, which we found
Mhm.
out, I think 10 years after we'd been dating, or been together. But yeah, that would be nice. I'd love to go see the Northern Lights too. Where else would I go? I wouldn't
No.
mind going back to England to visit my old haunt.
Mhm.
I don't need to ever go back to Saudi Arabia. I've had enough of that. But
No,
yeah, those
Chris
are my places.
Chris Persia, real quick. I said Philadelphia. Filthy. Filthy-delphia.
filthy,
'Cause
filthy, filthy
it's
Delphia.
filthy. Hello, what's up?
Hey, Sash, good to see you tonight.
Well, so I only had 2 places on my bucket list,
Uh huh.
and one has been checked off, and that was London and
Yeah.
England in general.
Uh huh.
And the other one is I want so badly to go to Egypt.
Yeah, you would love Egypt. I've not been there. My parents have been there, but I have not. But I've heard they've said it's fascinating. It is fascinating, and being the
Yeah.
the historian that you are,
Mm.
you would love it. Been to Savannah. Been to Savannah. It's not the same
I've been
thing.
there
It's
too.
Georgia. It's Georgia, Mark. It's like it's not the same. There's
But
too much moss in Savannah. It's too much tree moss in
Savannah
Savannah.
is gorgeous though.
It is
And
beautiful.
it
It is.
is a toss up between that and isn't it St. Augustine, Florida, that are supposed to be the 2 most haunted cities in the US?
I don't know. I don't know what the other one is. But yeah, I've been to Savannah several times. It is nice, but it's like I said, it's in my state. I want to go somewhere beyond my state.
Lynette.
Lynette, how
Hello,
are you?
Lynette.
And Shay, it depends on the moon phase and how broke I am. If I'm, broke as a bat and it's a full moon, you may want to watch that moon because you may see my silhouette zipping and cackling across the skyline. You never know.
Oh my
If
gosh.
it'll get me to where I want to go, I will pick up a broom and do it. I actually have a sign that says my second car, the broom is in the
Yeah.
shop or something like that.
Yeah.
Or my second car is a broom.
Oh my
Hey,
god.
Wolverine. So yeah.
I already know. I already know.
Yeah.
She was a Ptolemy. Ptolemy was
Yes.
Alexander the Great's general, one of his generals, and he was very Greek or just like Alexander the Great. So, yeah,
Yeah. It was
she
Macedonian
she
Greek, y'all.
she was Macedonian. She was white.
You know. Sorry. I
Sorry. If
I
you're going
I
to do something like that, the closest you could get would be someone like Nefertiti or uh, Hep Hatshepsut, but even they weren't black. They were Egyptian, Middle Eastern descent.
what's funny is that okay, you've got the continent of Africa, right?
Mhm.
You got Egypt right at the top.
Yeah.
You got the continent of Asia. You got Saudi Arabia right to the west. That's like
Mhm.
saying, okay, the king's wife, the queen of Saudi Arabia, must look Chinese, or must look, typically
Yeah.
Asian, because Saudi Arabia is on the Asian continent.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a completely different country. It's a completely
Mhm.
different lineage. It's Egypt and the sub-Saharan are completely different.
Mhm.
And if you
Yep.
look at the images that the ancient Egyptians drew, there were
Mhm.
black people on there.
Oh,
And
yeah.
they were presented in a very specific way, just like the Egyptian men were presented in a specific way, and the Egyptian
Mhm.
women. And the Egyptian women tended to be a hell of a lot paler than the Egyptian men, because chances are you got the little lady inside being, being fanned with the peacock fans by the slaves, and she didn't go outside to get no sun. But it showed they could be white. And so what if Cleopatra was Greek? She was still their queen. The Egyptian people still claim her as
Mhm.
their queen. They
Yep.
know what color she was. They don't need anyone
Yeah.
else to come tell them that.
No.
So I stand with Egypt on this one. I'm like,
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
and I know people pitched a fuss about Elizabeth Taylor playing it. Well, Elizabeth Taylor probably looked more like her, the real
Mhm.
Cleopatra, than the
Mhm.
one that Jada Pinkett Smith did. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
It's not
Yeah.
racism, it's history.
It's history. It's just yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I mean to
Let's
go off
not
on a
even
rant.
talk about the Black Anne Boleyn. Oh,
Oh my
oh
God, that was another
God.
thing. I was like, okay, hang on now. And I don't give two shits if it was a docudrama. I don't care if they were like, well, it was kind of like the Tudors. It wasn't exact. Yes, I get it. The Tudors
Mm.
was not exact, but however, you are completely recasting the ethnicity of
Mhm.
a royal, a
Yeah.
woman who actually lived. Why couldn't you just get some little short, small, slightly swarthy, black-eyed, long dark-haired chick to play Anne Boleyn? That
Yeah.
pretty much would have summed it up what we know about her physically.
I thought shit, what's her name that played her in the Tudors? God, I can't think of her name.
Natalie, Natalie,
Natalie, oh God, I can't think
Natalie.
of it.
Yes, I can't remember her last name. Natalie, not no, not Natalie Portman.
Not
That's what's her
Portman.
face.
Yeah.
Dormer,
Dormer.
Natalie
Yes.
Dormer.
Dormer.
Yeah.
She was fantastic as Anne Boleyn.
The only thing that bugged me is they should have given her black contact lenses.
Well,
They should. That irritates the
eh,
shit out of me. But that is a personal pet peeve of mine. If you have a
I can
character that's cast,
overlook certain things.
I can, but it bugs me. I'm like, she should have had black eyes. She should have had black eyes. She should have had black eyes. But that's a me thing. She captured the spirit of Anne Boleyn, I thought, very well from what we know about her. Yeah, she was good. Another little blue doe-eyed thing, which again drove me nuts, but she did a great job,
Mhm.
was what's her face? Claire something. I can't remember her name.
Oh, and Wolf Hall?
Yes, in Wolf Hall.
Yeah. Mhm.
I thought she did the same thing. She kind of captured that spirit
Mhm.
of Amber. And I used to be a total Anne Boleyn sympathizer, y'all, until I found out the real story behind Catherine of Aragon. And I'm sorry, I still love Anne Boleyn. I always will. But Catherine got the
Yeah,
shaft.
she
Catherine got
really
the
did.
serious shaft. And it was
But
Henry who did it. It was Henry who did it.
yeah, but on that same note, on that same token, she could have easily, and I understand where she was coming from, being
Mm-hmm.
Henry's wife
True,
and
true,
all,
true.
but she could have easily taken the offer that was given to her, because this is historically accurate, to go and retire to a nunnery and dedicate the rest of her life to God, because everybody knew she was devout Catholic anyway.
I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have. I would have said, "You've
So,
been married to me for 20 something years and you want to shut me away because you got the hots for this other, one of my handmaiden?" No,
yeah, but I mean,
I
I'm
wouldn't have
just
done it.
I'm just an Anne Boleyn fan. So,
Oh,
and
I love Anne Boleyn. I love
I
her.
and yes, Henry did Catherine of Aragon wrong,
Mhm.
very much so. But she could have easily taken the offer and retired in luxury.
Wait, are you talking
And
about Anne or Catherine?
Catherine,
Okay, okay, okay. I wanted to make sure I had the right person. Yeah, but her daughter would have been declared a bastard still.
Her daughter was already declared a bastard.
I know, but that's what I'm saying. It
That
was
wouldn't have
like,
changed. That didn't change. It
but
wouldn't have changed
Henry, it
anything.
was like insult after insult after insult. And
Yeah.
here is this woman who is not even an English native, who's been, though, England's beloved queen, because she was a good
Mhm.
damn queen. She was regent when Henry went off to fucking fight in France. She held
Mhm.
shit together at home for him. They were a couple. And she's being told, sorry, hun, you're getting the boot. I'd be so pissed. I don't know that I wouldn't. I I don't know. I appreciate
Mm.
her guts for that, standing up to him.
Yeah, and then not showing up to court and
Yeah. Yeah.
Archer, I know that you know better than that because you know as much about this history as I do from what I can tell. So you know that wasn't true.
It's more a Philippa Gregory thing than a.
Yeah, I fucking hate Philippa Gregory.
And I've heard
I hate her.
speculation that Mary Boleyn did have a kid by him, but I'm like, well,
It
I,
is speculation, but it is
yeah,
it is highly likely that her son and her daughter were his, but she was
yeah,
already married,
yeah,
so her husband could lay claim that they were both his.
yeah.
And the funny part about that is if you look at everybody says lettuce Noli, but
Oh, I thought it was Nollis.
I look at her name and I think it's Latisse.
Latisse, yeah,
It looks to
Latisse.
me like it would be Latisse.
I agree. They do
Nolly.
say lettuce, and they do say
Yeah,
lettuce in the shows and stuff, but Latisse sounds better.
Latisse, if you look at her portrait and you look at Elizabeth the First, now they're cousins.
Hmm.
Their mothers were sisters, but they look like they could be sisters.
Yeah, yeah.
It is freaky how close they look alike. I think Henry was at least her dad. But that's just my thinking.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Mark, what did you send me? I don't see anything.
Ah,
Okay.
oh my gosh,
I
Mark.
got it. I got okay. Okay. I got it. Never mind. Mark, you're
Oh, and then look, he says, "Oh, I didn't send it."
God. I might have been looking the wrong place. Who knows? Wait
Oh
a minute.
my
I got to go back to
gosh.
StreamYard, so I'm lost. Where is it? Okay. Here. Y'all. Oh my gosh. Shut up, y'all.
Oh my god. Read Mark's DM. Yes,
He hasn't sent it to me.
he said he didn't send it, Chris. What the
He
hell?
did send
It's an inside joke only for Mark because he didn't send it.
You ain't right, Pew Pew.
oh
Oh, Lord have mercy.
my
Anyway,
gosh.
anyway.
Oh
Yeah,
my gosh.
so there we go. Now the only movie that I do like that is a Philippa Gregory movie is I did like The White Queen. I did enjoy
That
that.
was a series.
Again, it was a series. Yeah, it wasn't a movie, it was a series.
Yeah.
So they were able to get
Yeah.
into more, and that was pretty good. I
Well,
didn't
yeah, you
care
had
for
the
the White
white
Princess too much, but I
princess,
like the
the
White
white
Queen.
queen, and then you have the Spanish princess. I
Mhm.
didn't really like any of them because I know that history and she presents it. And this is what bothers me. There's a difference between writing, oh my God.
Yep.
There's a difference between writing historical fantasy or historical fiction
Mhm.
and writing historical fiction and presenting it as fact. And that's what
Yes.
Philippa Gregory does. She writes historical fiction and presents it as fact. And it is so far off from the truth.
Mhm.
It's just crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy how off she is. If you know anything about the true story of um, Elizabeth of York and Edward, and um uh Catherine of Aragon and all the Tudors, then it would probably piss y'all off too.
I don't think she was really descended. See, why isn't it showing? There we go. I don't think she was really descended from the river goddess Melusina, where she actually
Yeah,
had powers, but hey, it is
that's
what it is.
that's the rumor.
That
That's
yeah,
the
it
rumor,
is
but
the
yeah,
rumor, but I
yeah.
just don't know. History is so fascinating on its own. Why don't they
Mhm.
just do what's already there?
Mhm.
They can do the drama, they can do the characters, make them larger in life, or how, or if there's a historical figure that we don't
Yeah.
really know much about them, they can create something around them, but keep it factual. It's so
Yeah.
fascinating. They don't have to, like,
Fictionalize everything to the extreme.
yeah.
Well, and that's why I like the Tudors. I know that it's fiction, but there are a lot of aspects of it that are historically accurate,
Hmm.
which is why I enjoyed it. And I mean, come on. You had
What?
you had
Okay.
Henry Cavill and Jonathan Rhys Meyers playing two of the lead roles. Talk about eye candy.
Okay, but here's one again. I'm going back to the pet peeve of mine.
I
Why the
know he's
fuck?
so short.
My God, he isn't. He's this little. He looks like he belongs on the Mediterranean, not ruling over the court of England at the time. Where the hell was the Damian Lewis, the type, the
You know,
tall, redheaded, fair
honestly,
skinned men? Where were
I
they
think if they
for
were going to
Henry?
go that route, I think Henry Cavill should have been Henry, and
I
Jonathan
would
Rhys
have gotten on
Meyers
board with
should have
that.
been Suffolk. Yeah.
Yeah, they could have dyed his hair and give it that red
Uh,
gold.
yeah, they don't even have to dye it. I
Oh, dye
see.
the hair, dye the hair,
There's
dye the hair.
there's little things that I'm okay with. The little details, they don't really bother me. It's the historically accurate part. I would rather you get the parts that you're presenting
Hmm.
as historical parts accurate than how they look, because we all know how they really look.
I know, but why did they keep him so damn fit for so long? He
Uh,
was already bloated and starting to kind of go ugh, by the time he married Catherine Howard, and they still had him fit. And
mhm.
I'm like, so she cheated on that? She had the fit hard body at home and decided to screw around on the lesser hard body Culpepper? No, come on, Henry. He's Henry. Henry him
Mhm.
up. But they didn't do that. They just made him look a little older in a
Well,
little bit of
actually,
way.
it was before Catherine Howard. It was Anne of Cleves
I
when he
know.
really started, because she made the comment, and this is supposedly historically accurate, that
Yeah.
she said something about uh when she found out he said that she smelled funny or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
and her breasts were this and that, and he didn't think she was a maid. She was like, well, uh I'm going to tell you like this, basically. There's two people in the room, and you're not the one that smells.
Yeah. Okay. So by then he was so to show
Not
he
only
had,
that, but
I don't
he
know.
had at that point he had the ulcers on his legs really bad.
Yes, and they never healed. They would pus and be
Mhm.
gross and ooh and smelly, and that should smell. So that's my only problem with that is they kept him too hard body and handsome through the thing. And I wanted to see Henry. I wanted to see that, like with what's his face, Keith, what's his face in the Six Wives of Henry VIII. He
Mhm.
actually they aged him. They
Mhm.
aged him so well, and that was done back, I think, in the 70s. And I think that was much more
Yeah.
historically accurate than even though I will watch the Tudors, y'all, because I'm a sucker for that pageantry and those costumes and the music, and I love anything Tudor themed.
Mhm. Come, Archer, you already know that I know the answer to this question. Anna Cleves.
Hmm.
She outlived all of them.
Yeah, yes, she did.
And poor Edward, when he became king, he was rather embarrassed uh when he started to gain more power after he had his uncle beheaded.
Hmm.
He was thoroughly embarrassed because he was always taught to, honor their promises and be honorable. And because of how his uncle handled the finances of the kingdom, uh, he wasn't able to pay Anne of Cleves what she was due. And he was highly embarrassed and horrified about it.
Mm. Hang
So,
on, I'm looking at something. Yes, Keith Mitchell. Wait, I think
mm,
that's right. No, hang on. 72. Was that the one? With what's her face? Yes, yes, yes. That's the one. But I'm making sure. No,
is it
hang on.
Anne of a Thousand Days?
No, no, it's Henry VIII and his six wives.
Oh, okay, okay.
Where is what's her face? I'm looking for the one. Lynn Frederickson. That's not her. Hang on. This is a mini series though. You're talking about the movie. Yeah, this wasn't the movie though. This was the series done, I believe, after the movie was done. Then they did a
Oh,
whole series where each episode focuses on one wife. It's just
mhm.
about the one wife, her history, her relationship with him, what happens to her, blah blah blah. It's actually extremely well done, and I think you would enjoy it. I think you would enjoy it.
Well, Archer, my my focus when I was getting my degree was in ancient Egypt and medieval English history. But it led into the Tudors. Since I've always had a fascination with the Tudors. But it starts it all through medieval English history.
Yeah. And I'm
I've
just
been
a
told
tutorist by hobby. It's a hobby of mine. I haven't studied it or anything.
I've been told by several English people, at least two that I can think of off the top of my head, that I know more about English history than they do.
Probably. It's sad, but a lot of us don't know a lot about our own history. Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably do. But you have an interest in it, and it's your jam. Oh, Daryl hates tutor fish.
Oh my gosh. Really?
Again, Bunny's favorite times is medieval and Victorian. Hell yeah.
Yeah. A lot of inventions in the Victorian
Excuse
era.
me. Coffee burp. All right. So
Mhm.
it's at the top of the hour. What
Yes.
what you got going on this week?
Um Saturday, the vac tube returns.
Yes. Yay.
Yeah, and that is pretty much it until next week. We have Sugar and Spice next week, and we're going to do Arwena Activated next week as well. It's scheduled
Yeah.
for next week.
Hell
And
yeah.
there is currently a poll on Twitter about what you guys would like to hear us talk about. And I forgot to add one in, but we'll hit that up on the next poll. We'll let you guys, unless we have an idea that we just want to run with. I
Mhm.
think I'll put a poll out after we stream, and I'll leave it out for 5 days. Like this one is going to be 5 days, to see what you guys want to hear us talk about on Arwena Activated.
Hell yeah. That
I mean,
sounds
we
like a
have
plan.
lots of ideas, but it's nice to get you guys involved too.
And I'm just checking one more thing. Uh
Uh
Okay,
oh.
Daryl, I got it. I see you. I see you. Okay. Yeah, wait for that. Anyway, okay, this week is gonna be interesting because tomorrow I've been invited to be on Pro's show at 5 o'clock. So I'm gonna go over there and check it out. And then of course there's Backtube on Saturday. I'm gonna be on
Hmm.
Daryl and Arlena's. And then Sunday is ladies' night on Valiance, and that's gonna be at 6. Oh, and Loki's Friday morning. Gonna be on Loki's Friday morning.
Hmm.
So yep, so that's what I got going on. And then we'll be back here next week, Sugar and Spice, and also Arwena Activated. It's gonna be a good week. I'm excited. Double
Yay!
dose of the Arwena.
Whoop
And
whoop.
yeah, so that's what's going on, y'all. I'm gonna let you do the outro because you did the outro and the stream too, because I'm afraid I will screw it up. So I'm leaving that in Arlena's capable hands.
All right, y'all, and we'll see y'all next week and see you Saturday on the VacTube. And remember, there are still kind people in this world. And if you can't find one, then be one.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.